team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Meee, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming, and the opening of the season. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. A designed run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big. For Tennessee. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special.
He's loose on the right. Oh, and he ruins the big Gator with a fumble. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back home.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A run for the quarterback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, they went QB design run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. Couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose him.
Looking downfield, it's Emmanuel. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. Nice job to get down there and avoid the hit with the slide.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. It was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down, and you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Volunteers! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And, man, that play looked a little bit too easy. Fourth down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Hauls it in. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Bruins have pushed it inside the 20. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
The Bruins really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Bruins come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
The Bruins will try to convert on fourth down.
Here we go.
Has to get there to move the sticks. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Fourth down and short, you want a no-nonsense run. Nice job by the running back, getting the football, getting downhill, making sure he gets that first down.
This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Scanning the field, it's Emmanuel. Unloads it downfield. He's got it down the right side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Snap to the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Picks up the first down, still moving. They make the stop, but not before the chains move, and the Wildcat formation pays off. The Volunteers have their offense in high gear. These corners backing off a bit. They'll move the wide receiver. Handoff to the lone back. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Quarterback empties his backfield. Back to throw. It's Emmanuel. Moving out of the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Wisconsin is putting on a show offensively. Feels like they've been jumping around since the first whistle. They're up 14 over Georgia State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Turning it on! Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Bruins trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, what a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Here's the handoff. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Direct snap. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and if you go big, I'm going big. I'm going to bring an extra defensive lineman. I'm going to bring in my big physical linebackers. I'm expecting run. This is what they've done. This is what you do on this part of the field, so I'm going to play aggressive on defense.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Vols!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Off play action on 1st down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working.
Breaks into the open. Spins away from the defense. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Vols will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room and couldn't find much on that return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Off the play fake. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
They'll try the run. Got room to work. He has the first and still on his feet. Touchdown, Volunteers! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he fires.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. A strike downfield. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not...
Oh, he's got some space. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Bruins with a golden opportunity, but the key to the drill is turn it into points. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got an open man. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Great spot to attack there right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to throw, it's Emmanuel. Under fire. Hit as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
It's a flea flicker. Here comes the heat. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
There's an example of a dude getting beat one-on-one with his quarterback getting closer and closer to his end zone, man. That's scary.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Back has it. Look out, he's got room. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Vols will punt it away on fourth down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. UCLA will go back to work on offense. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Got him downfield. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And I love this defense continues to get home and bring pressure. Another sack, their third sack of the game. They just keep applying pressure, and it's working. Do not stop.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They'll go to the air. Trying to bowl his way out. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Bruins. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Still a lot of time to go here in the third quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. The give to the back. Got enough for the first down. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Right back to the well. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Back to throw, it's Emmanuel. Finds his tight end. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. The Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. They'll keep it on the ground. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
The offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. He might want another play. He'll start this drive firing. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this...
He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Wants to fire on second down. Looking to buy time. He's going to take off. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness at the end of the run.
There he goes. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up third down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is third and goal. Trying to barrel in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UCLA!
Step one by this offense complete. Really nice job. They had to get the touchdown. Now we got to go for the 2-point conversion. Cut this thing to 8, so we got a chance to tie the game late with some late-game heroics.
He's looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. Unloads to the wideout. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go when you run into...
Turning it on! They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Vols have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Running it to the right. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And hey, who knows, maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.